Hi, thank you so much for being here today. I'm super excited to have Ben, one of our awesome players, and his dad, Avi, joining us. I can't wait to hear about your experiences and what Axis Tennis Academy has meant for you. Let's get started. So this is a question for both. Can you please introduce yourselves? Tell us your names, a little about your background, where you're from, how tennis became a part of your lives, and how long have you been training with Axis?
All right, so my name is Ben Chetewy Ungar. I born and raised in Israel. I'm 18 years old. I started with Axis 6 months ago by a friend who recommended, and I started playing tennis when I was 6 years old. Actually, with him, he was my coach, and then since then, I started playing, practicing every day, and it became a life.
My name is Avi Chetewy. I'm father of Ben. I was playing tennis until I think 16 years old, not professional like Ben. After that, when I was between 21 to 25, I was a coach in Israel, learning children how to play tennis. And when Ben and his he have another brother is 15 years old, become around 6 years old. They are played all the sports that we have in Israel: basketball, football, tennis,
Soccer.
soccer.
Football.
In Israel, it's soccer, not football. And they decided that tennis is going to be the main sport.
Yeah.
I was very happy for them. And after I think around 1 year and a half, they started to play in the big center in Israel, Ramat HaSharon. And from there, everything was history.
Yeah.
This is a question for Avi. How did you first hear about Axis Tennis Academy, and what made you decide it was the right place for your son to train?
It's very interesting. I think it's around March, April in 2024. Ben wanted to start to practice outside of Israel, and we looked for a place, and we have it's a big of luck. Someone recommend us about the Axis, about Chris and Shariq, and we even didn't know the name of Axis, and because Ben want to go to play college tennis, so you need to play tournaments that you can get a UTR score. So he started. They told us if you want, it's because it's in Delaware, it's close to Boca Raton and Delaware, and there is a every week tournament. So it's very important that you have someone to practice very near to the tournament, that if something going wrong, after one day you are going back to practice. And in June, Ben fly to Delaware, and he met Chris and Shariq, and he was, I think, one of the best decisions that he made in his career until now.
Yeah. Question for both. When you first started at Axis, what were your biggest challenges, and how did the academy help you overcome them?
I think actually the only challenge was I was pretty far from home, and the time zone is different, so I have only 5 hours a day that I can speak with my family. So that was a challenge, but except of that, there was war here in Israel, so actually everything was pretty much better than here. So at start we see only good things, and then as the time went on, I really connect with Chris and Shariq, and I feel like I'm improving a lot. So I feel it was not only because of the war and I want to train out of Israel. It was only because I felt I'm improving, and I want to be there because a lot of players, a lot of good coaches. So yeah.
Yes, for us, it was the big decision because it's very far from Israel. Yeah, it's around 12 hours
Yeah,
flight. So you cannot jump at home every weekend that if you want to see the friends or the family. So I think in the first month, mother of Ben was flying with him.
Yeah.
So she see that he was managing everything. It was very, very good. So he decided that he's going to stay there.
Yeah.
And it was really good because I think there is, besides Chris and Shariq, all the team, they are very, very good coaches and very one that they are seeing the player.
Yeah, good atmosphere, good
Yeah.
energy. Like that's one of the most important things, I think.
Again, question for both. What did you find the most unique about Axis compared to other training experiences and other academies?
I think that one of like the special thing is like the amount of players that change, you know, because they have so many players. Some of them like there the whole year, and some of them like just coming for 2 weeks, 1 week here, 1 week there. And the variety of players is really good. You can like 1 week train with top guys in the world, like 3P, like top juniors kid, and so I think that's one of the difference between other places. There's so many players that coming to training, especially in Florida and these areas. And for me, of course, is also the place, the weather there is amazing, like sun all year, happy people.
Yeah.
I think it's combined so many good stuff. And yeah, also the variety of coaches, as you said, like coaches from all around the world, everybody gives something else, and that's improved you a lot.
I think it's one of the most important that they are seeing the player. And in a lot of places, the coach or the place see himself, not the player. You need to put the player in the priority, and it's very difficult because a lot of the coaches was a player before.
Yeah.
And it's not natural maybe for them.
They was usually to put themselves
Yeah.
first, and there you can really feel that they put your best interest in front, because they want to make you better.
Yeah.
Even his brother of Ben was flying there for 1 month. He very, very much enjoyed there. But now we are thinking if he continued there because he's just 15 years old and it's very far from home. But I know if it was like 2 hours from here, for sure he was continue with them.
Question for Ben. How did you find the housing accommodation and the facilities at Axis Tennis?
Yeah. So the last 3 months I stay in like one of Shariq's places, I think, with another players. So it was a little bit difficult, but I think in a good way. It made me much more mature, you know, because you have to take care of yourself. You know, you have to make like you can also order food, but I like me personally, I was cook many of the time. So you have to like plan your meals, make your laundry, keep the house clean, you know, and so I think it was really good for maturity, and also like to live with another players. It's very fun because you share the same thing most of the time. So it was really good, and with the facility, I think mainly in the morning we was training on hard court. Beautiful place, like next to a church. I really like that. And in the afternoon, we was practicing on a green clay in like in a small village. Both of the places, like quality of court is high, and I really like the places. So yeah, I don't have to say much about it. Just only good things.
Question for Ben. What do you think make the biggest difference in your game and mindset while training at Axis?
Well, I think as a tennis player, so there is so many things that you can improve and you can change. But if I look at myself 6 months before and the progress I did to now, and so you take everything like step by step. And so if I'm working on technique, so I'm put my main focus on there and also the coaches. And then after like I make that good, so we can move to the other stuff, to the tactical stuff, and to how I behave on court and how I like manage my energy and how I manage the game the way I want to. So I think the difference that they put everything like very clear, like very organized. When you come there, you know what you're looking for yourself, what you want to get better. And then in my case, I put my main focus there, like only wants to like move on, keep progressing so I can go to the next level. So I think the organization and that they put things very clear, and they tell you what they want from you, what you need to improve, and what your schedule should be.
Question for both. Can you share your experience working with Shariq and Chris Begg? How did the leadership and coaching style impact your journey at Access?
You want to start?
You can start
Mhm.
actually.
I think I say that we give the place for Ben, because the Ben, he need to the best chemistry must to be with the player. So we are like my wife and I, we are there just to see that everything is working good. If Ben happy, because this is most the important thing. We are not
Interrupting.
we are not interrupting so much, because we are not the so important things in this relationship between the coach and the player. So if Ben is tell us that he is happy and he feel good, and we saw from side, and we had when we talk with Shariq and Chris and the other coaches, they are really good, and they are really nice, well, like I said before, they put the player in the middle, in the focus. Not there are a lot of things that can move you in the when you are coming coach a player or something like this. So I think this is the most important for us. And again, if there is a good chemistry between the player and the coach, so just let them work. You don't need to interrupt.
Yeah. I feel like Chris and Shariq especially have so much knowledge. When I was with them on court, they've been with a lot of players. They learn a lot toward their years in career and coaching, and I feel they never stepped on each other's foot. Sometimes I was working only with Shariq and sometimes only with Chris. Depends what I need the most. So I think that's really important that because they have so much, I feel they have so much knowledge and experience. Sometimes it can be like fighting, but in there they're they actually like they share the knowledge, they use it together, and they working actually. I feel I'm like amazing together. Uh, so as I said, at the end of the part, I was working a little bit more with Shariq, but at the start, I was working a little bit more with Chris, and I feel I took from each one of them something different. Uh, for example, like I can say, like from Chris, he's taking, he's super nice, taking things like very like relaxing, like he learn you how to put the stress aside, focus on the things you need to work. And I feel Shariq is a little bit more intense, he's make me work harder, uh, improve some tactics shot I have to play, the technique. So when you work with both of them in different times, I feel you can get the most. So that's my experience with both of them.
Mhm. The journey from starting at Access to earning a scholarship at UTSA is very remarkable. Congratulations, Ben. How did the academy support both of you during the recruitment process?
Yeah, so actually that's a funny story. I don't know if you even know that, but Shariq was graduating from UTSA.
Mhm.
So I'm going to the same college as he was graduating. So actually that's like a closing a circle. That's really nice. But yeah, so even before we like signed with them, they made so many like phone calls to other coaches. And they helped me, and it's eventually help us
Very much.
like get to know the coaches we want for, and like they told us what they think the college suit me better. And I don't remember actually what's the what's the end of the question.
How they helped you in the recruiting process?
Yeah, so yeah. So as I said, they contact us with the coaches. It was them, and we have also another like agent in Israel. So they actually work together. But yeah, so they contact players that know the coaches, and they contact other guys, and because they have so many like relatives that knows the whole world of college tennis, so they actually could reach anyone they want, and eventually it worked for the best, I think.
Yeah, they told you what they think,
Oh, yeah.
which college is the best for Ben.
Yeah.
Because a lot, I think there is, I
And
don't
one
know,
and
there's
one
a
and
1,000 college in US, so
wow.
not every college is suit everybody.
Yeah.
So you need something that need to professional, because Ben want to continue to play tennis, and this was the most important things for him when he was choose the best college for him.
Yeah.
And it's very important to understand that it's important for what college is the best for the player.
So my last question, this is a question for both of you. If you were speaking to someone considering joining Access, what would you say about the experience and the impact it had on your life?
Well, I already speak with a lot of people here in Israel because I had really good experience there. And the main thing I said, first of all, like they are professionals there. They know what you have to do and how you have to practice to make the goal you want, because everybody have different goals. So they match the goals you want to the way you practice. And that's the first thing I'm saying. And I have to say, maybe it's gonna sound like not really important, but it is. For me, they when I was there, it makes me like have fun playing tennis again, fell in love with the sport again, because sometimes you forget why you're starting. It's getting like a job, and it's not true. You can enjoy each day. And I feel that they really helped me do it, like enjoy what I'm doing, enjoying the process. And so that's the second thing I'm saying. And the third thing, as you said, at the end of the day, a lot of kids want to end up in college, and they help this a lot. They can contact you to a lot of school, a lot of coaches. So if you're looking for like a place that can help you go to college, improve your game, have fun, or I don't know, all of one of these or everything together, I think that's a really, really good place.
Yeah. And from my like experience for like from father to Ben, that first of all, to hear him to say these things, so I'm very, very happy. So it's very good to hear that he's very happy there. And like I said before, if someone asks me to recommend to place in, if you want to play in US, for sure I will give the Axis name. It's the facility is very good, and the coaches are very good. And now we will decide that if a brother of Ben going to practice there again, because although it's very far, but now want to think again if For sure.
even
Yeah.
my brother was like now traveling all over Europe. He been like in 8 or 9 academies, and like at the end of the day, Axis is one of the best. And it's another, like, he just like finished. He went to like 8, 9 academies, and like when I asked him, he said, yeah, but he's seeing also that Axis is one of the best. So it's not just in the US, it's also in Europe. So it's supposed to be one of the best places. So I think there is something special there. And me personally, when I have like the breaks in college, I go back and train there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, well, there were all the questions. Thank you so much again for finding the time.
Thank you.
Ben, good luck in college. Enjoy the holidays. Yeah, it was such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.